It's funny how as you go along with something, how your plans change. How you get an idea in your head, you go with it, you realize a couple months later maybe it wasn't the best idea. And a lot of people, instead of changing it, will live with it because they figure, well, that was just a waste of time. I don't see things like that ever as a waste of time because that's how you learn what you want and what you don't want. Now, the future of this building and my shop and the home business I want to get going, a lot of it relies on that forge in the blacksmith shop. Also, a lot of it relies in the wood shop for that portion of it. But what I have found, while a hobbyist blacksmith shop doesn't really take up a lot of room, you can do it. I mean, look at Liam Hoffman. He did a 200 square foot shed. And look what that kid was able to turn that into for a business. Amazing, absolutely amazing. But that little 12 by 25 forge area is just too small. I have a horrible habit because I was so used to working out of small shops for so many years. I've got a terrible habit of pigeonholing myself into one little area and then just burying myself in junk. It's already happened in there. It's been happening out here. Believe it or not, looking around, I couldn't walk in here 2 nights ago. I couldn't even, I'm careful about showing it on the camera, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to show your mess and your disaster, but you know, there's so much of it here, it's impossible to avoid anymore. So what we're going to be doing, originally the idea was when I built this, I wanted the big doors on the front and the big doors on the back, so that I could pull a piece of farm equipment through the driveway, through these doors, right out into the field behind us, the hay field. And that was really going to limit, that would really limit me to what I could do with this building. I'll never be able to realize the potential out of this building because when all this stuff is out of here, I've got to maintain a clear path through there if I want to use it for that purpose. That's all wasted floor space. That's all wasted shop space that's going to be desperately needed. So what I'm going to do, we're going to leave the big doors on the back because eventually I want to put a driveway all the way around the building right into the back door. So if we have to move heavy equipment and machinist tools in here, we can go right through the back door of the tractor with forks or whatever. So that's going to stay. But this wall right here, that's coming down. We built that as a way for me to have a smaller space that would be easier for me to heat in the wintertime because ever since that accident when we fell off the building and shattered the bones, the cold weather bothers me bad with that leg. And I need to have a heated shop to work in. That's why the videos are kind of slow in the wintertime. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this wall and we're actually going to wall across here. We're going to close up that little man door that we put on the forge over there. And we're going to put an 8-foot wide door right here by 8 feet tall. So it'll be just a double door, but that'll allow me enough room to move pretty much whatever I want in and out from this end as well. So in theory, what I'm hoping is have a 25 by 28 blacksmith shop by the time we're all said and done. And that would allow me for the front of the barn to work on my farm equipment, the tractors and things like that, still be able to pull them in, work on them, pull them out. If I have to work on my truck, I could pull it in, but still keep everything separated. That is huge. Being able to keep your projects and stuff separate from each other. Metalwork does not mix with woodworking. Woodworking does not mix with metalworking. Mechanic work mixes with nothing because the grease gets everywhere. You could go on and on and on. So what we've done, we started building some racking on the other side of the camera. You guys can't see it. And I've started clearing this out. So if you've made it through this ramble up to this point, that's me drone on and on about a messy shop. It's my own damn fault. Stay tuned to the end because I have a special bonus that a few viewers have requested, and I've been waiting to do this a long time. So stay tuned and I'll catch you on the other side of it. fun trivia for you guys. I bet you didn't know that this was actually a concrete floor. I'm just finding out. Unreal. The shit you find when you clean your shop. Holy shit, the treasures. The treasures you find when you move junk. There's my baby with the flat tires. I've been blowing these tires up every time I use it for the last 7 years. But I'll tell you what, this machine, battery's probably deader than hell. Oh yeah, deader than a doornail. This machine is the shit. If you guys remember last year's video, when we use this to turn up our garden and it does it in one pass, plant ready, it's awesome. We're actually going to do a very big garden this year with all the BS going around. It's time to get a real garden in again. Huh. Love this machine. Got to get a new brush hog for it. Got to see this thing cut brush. Absolutely amazing. Well, a lot of you guys who've been with the channel for a long time have watched me fight this piece of shit, Yellow Homeowner Special, many times. Bits stripping out in them, just nutless, gutless, brushless piece of shit DeWalt. And I like DeWalt tools. I've run DeWalt tools for almost 20 years. But it's come to this, you know, and I think this is a fitting way. What better way to send this piece of garbage into hell by, well, let's use something we made to make it official. Yeah, I hate that drill. I honestly hate that drill. Now I have a few other DeWalt drills, so it's not like I'm going to go drill this, but you know, this thing needs to go. What do you guys think? I can already tell by the comments. Thomas Russell, this is going to make Thomas Russell rather excited. His poor wife better watch out after watching this video, because he's been suggesting this the last few videos, and it is time. So, without further ado, the surprise that I'd held for you guys at the end of the video, well, here she goes. Let's do this thing. So here we go with 37 tons of advertised pressure from my own homemade forge press. Let's crush this piece of shit once and for all. Well, all in all, everybody, it's been a pretty damn good night here. So, you know, as sad and as juvenile as it sounds, that felt pretty good to run that thing through that press. Just lets me know my machine works well. I got to tell you though, there wasn't really much left of her. I don't even know if we could salvage a screw out of that thing. It's all right by me. That thing was a piece of shit. I've hated that thing since the moment I bought it. Now I have another 20-volt DeWalt drill, the hammer drill, the more the professional line, much better. That homeowner kit that they sell with the impact, the cheap gears and stuff like that, absolute junk. Don't even waste your money. I'd probably almost go with the Black & Decker over that. Now, bring on the hate mail because I know it's coming. Once in a while, you just got to get a little goofy. So anyway, we got a lot cleaned up. We uncovered the gravely, we've uncovered the sawmill, and I even swept a little bit. I can't believe it, I even swept a little bit. So the next few videos, we're going to be working on moving this wall, getting stuff like that, getting battens up on the outside of the building, finishing that off. I actually have quite a few of them on, and it's kind of nice because every section I get done, it just cuts the wind down. So really, really nice. We will be making more of a mess in here because as we take these boards down off of that wall to reuse them, we're going to be running one side through the planer so we can have nice bright walls in the forge. That was kind of depressing working in there with that old dingy, all that wood was reclaimed from an addition a guy had put on his house 20 years ago, and he never did anything with it. He had, over the years, he'd even robbed the electrical wires out of the walls to use them elsewhere. He never did anything with it. He just had the shell up. I guess it's kind of like this barn, but I hope I don't end up like that. So I'm really excited to be more than doubling the size of our forge. Get this thing across here. I have some neat stuff to do with it, but like I said, we have that big lathe that's going to be coming in here. I've got a big horizontal mill that hopefully I can get at home. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of getting this massive piece of equipment home and then safely getting it unloaded. One massive major injury in my life was enough for me. I don't need any more than that. And we're also, believe it or not, we're going to be putting some windows in the timber frame. We only have one window, and that's that big 9-footer up in my wife's workout area. She gets the best view in the place. But we're going to put a couple windows in here so we can get some natural light. And at first I wasn't even going to do it because running the camera all the time, you try to get the best lighting you can, and you want to control the lighting to the best of your ability. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's where we're going. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a bit of a silly, goofy video tonight, but you know what? Sometimes you feel like a moron and you just have to act upon it. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one.